What's up YouTube? It's your boy JD. We back with another one. Today's tutorial is going to be the rocket crafter, and not just a single type rocket crafter. We have a programmable rocket crafter 1 through 3. The main crafter is unbuffered. We have a crafter for paper that is buffered and auto clocked. So it's really nice. Let's take a look at the build. Alright, we'll jump right into it. As you can see, the build is tiny. We'll take a look at the structure block here for the dimensions, 3 by 12 by 14. So you can actually start looking for an area in your base that is that big, 3 by 12 by 14. I would clear out another couple of blocks around the build too if you're going to be building it underground. And before we take a look, we can take a look at what is underground. Uh, how many blocks is this? So we can just look to see that the ground is the emerald, and then this would be underneath. But let's go over here and investigate the build. This is the build. We have a safety lockout here. When this is depowered and this has a rocket recipe selected, this light will be on. We turn off the lockout and we'll start getting rockets. Those will be level 1 rockets. That's controlled by this. You should never switch it while it's on. Next up, you can turn it off. Go ahead and change to the level 2. Turn it back on. And now we're making level 2 rockets. So that's really awesome. You can see the observers in action, a little bit of observer spam for this build. But it's really tightly timed at 8 game ticks. So this is what, yeah, that's hopper speed. Well, times 3. Hopper speed times 3. So that's crazy. The main clock is 8 game ticks. We have no item safeties here, but all 3 ingredients. The gunpowder goes in these chests. And this would be level 1, level 2, and level 3. So if you wanted to make 3, you would need to have all 3 filled up. And then we insert our sugarcane here, and it's crafted up into paper and put into a dropper that is right here. And that's controlled by a clock right here built into it with a safety for the level 8, which gives us about 6 stacks, 5.5, I don't know, 5 and 12 is what it gives us. And then we have our gunpowder in these droppers, and that's controlled by all the observer spam that we're going to be building in just 1 second. So to start off, like I said, find an area in your base or in your build that is 3 by 12 by 14. Clear out another block space behind it. Figure out your ground level, because this part of the machine is going to be above it. And then let's get started. Grab everything that you see in my inventory here, a few of them. And yeah, roughly a stack. I don't know, you only need 1 dispenser. You only need, let's see, about 10 droppers. Probably about 10 observers, maybe more. Hoppers, you need about 15 hoppers. That's too many. Maybe only 1 of these, 1 of those. Half stack of this. Okay, let's get started. Get your observers. After finding this little strip here is 7 blocks from this side and 6 blocks from this side, so it's basically the middle of it. All right, take an observer readout from this looking down, and from this side, the side with 7 blocks. Go ahead and place that, and then get your smooth stone. Place that. Let's get everything that we really need to go on here. Okay. Crafter. That's all we're going to need for right now. The rest of this stuff is for later. Oh, we'll need to stair as well. Okay. Place a block on the end of this observer that's looking sideways, and then place a torch. Place an observer looking at that observer, And now we can place solid blocks on all of these observers. A solid block here, and a solid block here, and a solid block there. Place one observer right there looking at that torch, two observers, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get our droppers, our main droppers. This will be the gunpowder droppers, and then we're going to get more gunpowder droppers, because how this system works, we're going to place on the middle dropper 3 temporary blocks. I don't know why I use 3. It's only supposed to be 2, but that's what we got. Break that block. Place a crafter looking down, a dropper, and another crafter. So you should have something looking like this. Break these 2 blocks. Here we go. We're gonna set this main crafter just like so, like it was your hand, only 4 slots. And then this top crafter, we're gonna set for the paper to be made. And we're gonna leave everything just like that. We're gonna place a solid block right here and a solid block right here. We're gonna get some dust and we're gonna run it just like this. At the end of that dust, we're going to place a solid block. Break these 2 blocks. If you place those. Place a torch on the end of that block. Some dust. And a solid block right there. You can also place a solid block here. And 2 solid blocks here. You can get a comparator here. And here. And dust. Another crafter. I'm going to set that crafter on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Real easy stuff here. Solid block from that comparator readout. We need a solid block here. Put a torch on the side of, where our crafter is. We're going to get a repeater, set that to 4 ticks. And finally place a block on top of that. For now, do not place, we're going to place dust here later, but for now, don't do it. Don't do it for now. Okay. I think this is all the main wiring. If I'm not mistaken. We just need to place a stair right up under here. We'll leave that for now. Okay, so we can access the crafter. Let's swing around to the other side. We're going to go ahead and do all the control circuitry, which is going to be all this stuff. So, continuing, we need to place 3 solid blocks right here. Place a solid block there, a comparator, dust, and then a solid block. We're going to have another comparator, and we're just going to make a little comparator stair. So I'm going to build it up and then just show you guys what it looks like. You can actually see it in the background. So paying attention, you can just copy that. Alright. I believe this is our last one. Hold up. On this one, we're going to put a crafter, and this is going to control the 1 to 3. 1 through 3 will only do the operation. If you do anything over 3, it'll just make level 3. Anywho, place some dust right here, solid block, and you should have something looking like this. You also could have ended up looking like this. But anyway, don't stop being funny. Let's continue with the business. Temporary blocks can get broken. Alright, now that we have all this done, we're going to go ahead and put the full control circuit in. The on-off switch. Place a block there on the side of that crafter and get a comparator readout from that. We're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Get a torch on the side of that with some dust on top. We're building up the AND gate. Let's grab our sticky piston, which we should have had some. And it should be powered just like that. Now we can place a solid block there on the end of it. Come off of that and get our little lonely torch. Now that we got our lonely torch, and verify what's happening. The 8 game tick clock that we're going to build up right here. And it'll already be on, so that's going to be great. We don't have to worry about the machine trying to run if we built it this way. Taking a look at what we just built. And I'm going to continue on here. Now we want to get the dispenser, get back the observers. We're almost done with everything. Dispenser. Oh wait, I want to come up here and actually finish building the on-off switch. We did need a solid block on next to this piston. Dust. Dust. Solid block. And we can get our on-off switch. We want this to be powered, so we're going to turn it on. Maybe we should actually place... That's the lockout, so we know that's the lockout. I'm going to make that red. If you want to get some red concrete or some kind of red block, you can verify this is the main lock. And how it'll work is we'll need to select 1 to 3 here. Uh-oh. Doesn't matter, nothing's in it. Perfect. Anyway. The lockout is on. That means this tells us that a recipe is selected. When a recipe is unselected, what happened? Oh, I don't have this wired up yet. Let's finish the wiring. Coming from the dispenser that's facing downwards, we're going to go ahead and just place like a temporary block right there. Get your observer readout, and we can get a solid block here off the side of that. Dust, and then we need a torch. And we can put our powdered snow bucket in here. That should fire every 8 game ticks. Okay, we're going to select recipe 1. Look and see what we got happening. That looks about right. I could probably load it with ingredients to test. But that's the main wiring. Next, we're going to do the inputs and outputs, which is really fun. Fun. So, do I got everything wired up here? Yeah. Let's get rid of some of our inventory here. We're going to need the glass. We're going to need solid blocks. We're going to need hoppers, chests. We're going to need that trapdoor, that. We're going to need the stair eventually. The carpet, just a little bit longer for the carpet. Up here where we have our main crafter, we can start laying out. Well, first, we'll go right here and we'll enter duck mode. We're going to place all these hoppers just like this. Those hoppers are going into the droppers. These hoppers are going into the top hoppers. All right. Now we can jump over here. Chest. Whoa, chest. Look at this chest, and then another chest. We can get our hoppers again into this crafter. We have one going in the side, one going in the top, and one going in just like that. We're going to place a chest, and we're going to continue by going back into fly mode because I'm in creative. Get our glass, continue placing the floor just like so. And now we have all of our floor. Let's go ahead and put the carpet on. Carpet all these areas. Whoa. Oh, not that area. All right. That's that. That's that. Next up, we can go ahead and place our output chest. That's the output chest, and we can get our output hoppers. 1 hopper, 2 hopper, 1 hopper, 2 hopper, 1 hopper, 2 hopper. These hoppers are going into the top right here. And now for the finale, we can do the glass. Well, actually, I'm going to come down here to the bottom. Coming to the bottom, looking at our main crafter, now that we verified it, well, we can't verify that it's worked yet, but just come down here, get your ice, and come out. What is it? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, right there. And then you have 5 ice blocks. Go and place the soul sand. You do need a button. I forgot about the button. We're gonna get an oak button here. Place an oak button right there. Get your glass blocks and wrap it around just like this. Whoa. That's that. On top of the button, we're gonna build a little tower going up, 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 up. Build this up. We're building obviously the bubble column. And I forgot that I need water buckets. So if you didn't get the water buckets, that's on you. Go ahead and make this glass right here. We'll make that into. Is this correct? Have I done this wrong? No, I've done it right. Yeah, our water stream runs over these 2 toppers. And how that's going to work is they'll be pushing items into this, and the ones underneath them will be pulling the items out. This is the most leastly accessed hopper, and it will be locked occasionally when this clock is running. When this clock isn't running, it'll be unlocked. But right now, as it stands, we haven't put any paper in the system, or sugarcane, or gunpowder. We can go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and get 9 stacks of gunpowder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, freaking no. Put 3 in each. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just because I don't want to get confused. Okay, so we got our gunpowder in. Let's go ahead and put 6 stacks of paper. Where's the paper at? 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pre-fill the dropper so that the clock doesn't want to run. And we can come back here once we pre-filled that dropper and built everything that I've shown and place dust here. That'll unlock that hopper and turn the clock off, etc., etc. Let's go. Coming back up here to the top, all we need to do is, yeah, just place glass, right? Place the glass, just like that. Should have something looking like this. We can get our trapdoor, place that right there, and another button right here. Okay, right here. No, that's not even necessary. That's it. Yeah. Oh, wait, the trapdoor. We want the trapdoor right on this block and on that top level, just like, you know. Okay, water buckets. Oh, and we've loaded the machine, and we just need to put sugarcane in it. 1, 2, 3. Sugarcane goes in this crafter. This is the craziest tutorial. Thanks to anyone who watched this scatterbrain tutorial. Uh, anyway, continuing. This is what we should have. Like, we're nearly done here. If we take some water buckets, we're going to get water bucket here. We're going to go inside the machine now. Go inside this tube. Don't do it like that. If you're in survival mode, do it from the top. So, water bucket this, survival mode. Alright, see how that goes. And then come down here and water bucket everything. So your bubble column has you all the way up. Should have something looking like this. We're all the way done here too. I'm gonna select, level 1 rockets. We didn't place our stair so we can verify everything's gonna work. We're getting level 1 rockets. We'll stop it. Let's switch to level 2. Level 2 rockets. There's our level 2 rocket. Turn it off. Let's do level 3. Check it out. Level 3 is working. We got some spill, but we're just testing. Now we can place the final stair. Boom. Go back to making level 3. Watch them go up. Working perfect. Yeah. Our rockets come into here. Very good, very good. Thanks for checking out the tutorial. It's your boy JD, and tune in for the next one.